So one of the many things that my long list of initials behind my name stand for is a stress management coach. Today I'm on my way to the first of 6 appointments that I have today. And so some tips to try and help myself, mitigate that stress response. I knew today was going to be busy. I have a calendar and I'm at that point where I need to write everything down or it doesn't happen. So every Monday I look over my calendar, I look over the week and I'm like, oh crap, this day is going to be this way, this day is going to be that way. So I knew yesterday that today was going to be busy. So yesterday I took it easy. Like I didn't do much, a couple loads of laundry, cleaned up a bit, did some stuff, did a couple t-shirts and, mostly relaxed. I knew that today was going to be in and out of the house, appointments after appointments, so I didn't do too much. But that is one of the ways that you can help to mitigate that stress response, is to know and anticipate what you're going to be coming up against. Another way that I help to mitigate the stress response, because I don't want to be running late, is to make sure there's enough time in between appointments. I'm on my way to meet Joshua, which was one of my non-negotiables. I do look at my day and I'm like, okay, this is a lot. I believe there's 5, but there could be 6 appointments today. So I looked and I'm like, what are the 2 non-negotiables that I have? If something happens, what do I not want to miss? So I'm on my way to downtown Phoenix, which is about a 50-minute drive to get there because traffic sucks. But meeting Joshua and dropping off the laptop for the Copper State Writing Club was a non-negotiable for me. So my butt is in the car and I'm on my way. So hopefully we start the day off on a good note. And then the other non-negotiable is my daughter's speech therapy appointment, because that is in clinic, and I want to make sure that she gets that therapy. The other stuff that I can miss is good, not necessarily good, but it's not going to be the end of the world. She has a couple in-home therapies. I have an appointment with the VA, but that's over the phone, so that can always be rescheduled. And then obviously some of the non-negotiables, I got to pick up the boys from school later on today. I did tell a friend that I was going to drop some shirts off to her, so that's something that I do not need to do today. I know for a fact she doesn't need the shirts today, so that's something that I can table if I need to. So having that plan ahead of time is something that has really helped me mitigate that stress response from having a jam-packed day like I do today. And then another thing I do is in between appointments, or I check in with myself in between appointments, make sure that I have a couple of minutes to myself, reset, take a deep breath, do the deep breathing exercises, or a quick, there's tons of quick 5-minute guided meditations on YouTube. I'm a huge advocate of using YouTube and what's available there. Same with TikTok. TikTok has the guided meditations, but I really tend to lean towards YouTube's guided meditation just because of the abundance of videos out there. And then at the end of the day, I kind of just do a recap and tell myself what I'm proud of and what got done, follow up with what didn't get done, and just really stay in communication with myself throughout the day. And that seems to have helped mitigate that stress response and feel like oh my God, I have all this stuff to do, this is crazy. How could I manage it all? Well, that's how I manage it all. I make sure that I know what my week entails, make sure that I have my non-negotiables planned, make sure that I have a backup plan, and make sure I have contact information for any of those, appointments, either if they're running late or if I'm not going to be able to make it to those appointments. Make sure, communication is huge to help mitigate that stress response. And then just checking in periodically throughout the day, and getting that time to reset, because that reset is huge. It tells your brain, you're safe, nothing, it's not the end of the world. It helps you get to that, calm, higher level of thinking, and helps you navigate your day without that stress, piling up. And then all of a sudden your brain's going to be like, you're in trouble, you're in trouble, you're in trouble, when in reality you're not. So hopefully this helps. I know it was a long video, but hopefully it helped you guys navigate some of the potential, roadblocks that could come up when you have a jam-packed day like I'm going to have. So I'm about to put on an audiobook and enjoy this long drive to go see Joshua. All right, I hope you guys have a wonderful day.